Oh man, another tournament build of mine back from the good old days, this time Armored Core 4 Answer. And what's special about this is I actually stumbled upon some tournament footage on YouTube of some of my matches. I'm going to post those in the description. Feel free to check those out for yourself after you're done watching this video. It's pretty cool to see how different the games were back then compared to now, especially 4th gen. That was all about speed. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to worry about all these turrets and drones, aren't I? Good thing I'm at an advantage where I can keep my distance. But those drones are still gonna make my life miserable, given that they track me. Come on, missiles. I'm surprised they're still in it. Oh wow, if I lose now, I'm gonna be really tilted. Whew! Alright. That got way too stressful real fast. Seriously, I had quite the health lead, and all of a sudden I see my AP going lower and lower, and it's time to end that as soon as possible. Let me see if I can't try to lure them out here on this side of the map. I don't think the turrets will have as much of an easier time tracking me down behind all the boulders. Maybe not. Oh wow, that was surprising. I didn't think all of my weapons were gonna time that perfectly into the stagger. GG's. Well, the difficulty got dialed up because I'm in my promotion phase, and you can tell with this opponent. Also, I don't understand why I'm getting the same map over and over. Literally, these few matches have been on the same map. All different opponents, though. There needs to be a map refresh in this game desperately. I don't know why they haven't. It's probably the easiest thing From Software can do. Ooh, they went right into the needle launcher on that one. Ooh, that took a chunk of their AP like it was nothing. Okay, nice. Despite their balanced defense, my weapons did a good job not only chipping away at them, but when they were staggered, when those weapons make contact, it did a ton of damage. Again, the different damage types helps regardless of what defensive specs my opponent has. Wow, they did a good job dodging those missiles. Okay, was worried they were gonna charge their laser shoddy and mess me up at close range. Okay. First A ranker down with this build, that's a good sign. Not looking forward to going back to the Nuzlocke though if I get promoted. Same person, so we got ourselves a rematch, I see. At least it's on a different map, and it is one that benefits me with all this open space. Gives them very little cover to avoid my long-ranged attacks. One of the needles hits? That's interesting. Don't see that often. All things considered, they're doing a good job avoiding my attacks, and I'm glad I got out of the stagger when I did. Wow, that still hit. Yeah, the laser shoddy, I know I said lazy shoddy in the last match, but that laser shoddy is seriously scary for when you're staggered. There's nothing you can do, and depending on what generator they're running for the increased damage output for energy weapons, they can really mess you up. It's a very popular choice in the upper ranks. Oh god, I hit cover. Why does it seem like only one of my needles are landing now? You are not getting me from that range. Although, they might now. Yup. I need to get them staggered right now, but that's not happening with their pulse armor. I have a bad feeling these plasma missiles are going to hit me. Yup, they did. That was the one weapon that is so difficult to evade, and if you don't know which direction they're coming from, even more so. Alright. Game 3. Can't be the first one to pop my pulse armor. That's what I learned from this matchup. Simply cannot afford to do that. I need to force their hand. That time both of my needles made contact. The double stagger, I'll take it. Nah, you're not hitting me from that range. Imagine though if they extended the range of that shoddy with the charged attack, that would be scary. Was really worried about that. Good thing the lasers hit them before the pulse armor was activated on their side. Good game, did much better. Double missiles with double melee, very different. It's not close range oriented like other double melee loadouts. Usually it's Zimmerman or Etsujin, something that can keep up pressure and stagger buildup. This will be an interesting matchup. Oh, the laser lance. I hate how sometimes you dodge, but the animation will clip you into it. I've had that happen in one of my videos. Oh, laser blades. So they're very focused on ranged attacks. They have missiles, and they have 2 melee weapons that can get me at farther ranges. At least it's not dual moonlight setup. That would be even scarier, to be honest. Yeah, there it is again. Clips me into the animation. Wow, that time it was the entire attack that landed. Okay. Pulse armor's going up. I cannot underestimate this. Surprisingly effective, given that you would think, on paper at least, right? Missiles coupled with dual melee doesn't really synergize too well, but with those melee options, I can see it being beneficial. Ow. Not risking it. I saw that coming. staying airborne is going to help me. It's a very weird angle for those melee weapons to hit their mark. See? There we go. Well done on the build. It's seriously a different take on double melee setups, and I like it. Dual Sweet 16s and nothing else? You don't see this kind of a build every day. I need to confirm it, but from that angle, nice gamer greeting, but from that angle it looked like they had no shoulder weapons at all. Wait a second. Oh, okay. You tried to lure me in there. Wow, they're fast. Reminds me of my take on Fragile. Honestly surprised they're not sporting any support weapons on the back slots. Dual Sweet 16s can be deadly, but on their own, they're pretty lackluster. Although if I had fallen for that assault armor trap they had set up, I might have been in serious trouble. Wow. They went for the point-blank attack, and it paid off. Okay. The mobility is pretty scary. You know, I'm eating my own words.
Dual Sweet 16s can be deadly, but on their own, they're pretty lackluster.
Made them waste the assault armor, because if they managed to hit me while I was staggered, would have been assault armor, dual sweet... Jesus. Dual Sweet 16s into game. Compared to the last tournament build, I had to take some creative liberties here because 99% of the weapons I had equipped on that AC do not exist in Armored Core 6, like the weapon arms. So I did what I had done for the pulverizer builds to make them look as close to the weapon arms as possible, since they're similar in that regard. The scatter missiles had missile extensions, and the only scatter missiles by category here are the soup missiles, but they don't function the same, so the dual split missiles were at least somewhat similar. And after the tournament, I had switched that laser cannon for the railgun, and we don't have rail cannons in this game, so Troino was as close to fitting that role as possible. And the frame parts, I didn't want to make one-to-one in appearance because it's pretty close to another recreation I have coming up, and it sadly didn't really make the build cohesive, so this final outcome is pretty close while still maintaining the same functions. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And until next time, take care.